All right, welcome back. We're gonna be playing some anime horse girls today, as we do every time. And yeah, basically, as far as updates go, just been playing like one career a day, basically just to collect daily rewards. Not much else going on. I know they released a bunch of new special events and stuff, but it's mostly just these things. I'm not really stressing out too hard about it. I didn't complete all the missions for this fall celebration stuff. I just don't really care all that much about that because the rewards aren't like super great or anything anyway. You do get some carrots though, so but it's a lot of gameplay you have to do. 10 careers, man. That's if you play 3 careers a day, that's 9 careers, 3 days, almost 4 days of playing just to finish this off. Which I guess you could do. This expires in 6 days, but since I'm only playing one career a day now, obviously I won't be able to get to the 10. I played one today, so I've won, but yeah. So oh well. I'm not that worried about carrots. Maybe I would be more desperate for carrots if I didn't have enough here. But I do have the 30,000 required for a big pull. But I'm gonna wait on that because right now, I guess I could do a trainee pull. Um, but yeah, the support cards are just not very good right now. Nakayama Festa, which I think, like this card itself isn't bad. You know what I mean? It's a decent card, but I don't really need another stamina card. If anything, I would rather have Super Creek rather than this one. And so I think this is the only support card scout available right now. Yeah, that's what it looks like. Excuse me. So I'm gonna wait until they release like a better one, basically. Um, like I said before, I've heard rumors that not Kitasen Black, yeah, Kitasen Black will be released in December, and so I'm gonna try to maybe pull for her when her banner comes out. But I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know if it'll actually happen. I'm sure there's a place online where I could find that information, but I'm not gonna go looking for it. I'll just wait and see. The thing is, though, I did get some free tickets here. It looks like from something. I don't remember exactly what. Maybe it was like rewards for some event or something like that. So we might as well pull these. So I'll pull these on stream right now. So we'll go with this one first, the SR Plus. Hopefully we get something good. Meisho Dodo. I think I've already maxed Meisho Dodo out, possibly. I don't remember. We need Sweep Tosho. Majuro Dober, yeah. I think I have both of those cards already. We can check, I guess, real quick. I do have some trainee scout tickets though. So I think we exhausted those, right? Yeah, those are all gone. So we might as well pull 4 scouts because we do need trainees. New ones if we can get them. So we'll pull these one at a time, I guess, and see what we get. No, nothing good. We probably already own this. Yep, Major Ryan, we already have. Oh, okay. A 2-star. We already have my own Top Gun though, so whatever. Another 1-star. It's not gonna help us. Maybe we can do a star unlock though, at least. Possibly, probably not. Probably don't have enough star pieces to level up. Another 2-star. Dilo Scarlet. Yeah. So yeah, not very helpful for us. Didn't unlock any new trainees. I'm not sure if I should pull these support cards. I could save them for the big pull that we're gonna do, but whatever. We're pulling cards right now anyway, so might as well. Maybe we'll get lucky. Nope. Come on, big money. Nope. Come on, big money. Big money, big money. Nope. Come on, big money. Okay, SR. Sweep Tosho, nice. We needed that one to finish off her her limit break. So that was a good pull. Another SR, another Sweep Tosho. Okay. We didn't need two, but you know, whatever. That's fine. Alright, so let's go ahead and uncap that and level that up. Where is she? There she is. Level 45. I like the sounds of that. Maxed out Sweep Tosho. That's great for us. And then we got some regular cards, didn't we? Not enough to uncap anything though, looks like. Yeah. Alright, well, then we can turn these in because we don't need these anymore. I don't think I can buy anything with the cleats right now. I believe... Oh, you know what? That's where those tickets came from. I think I used my cleats. Yeah, that's where they came from. And so I bought all this stuff out because it reset at the beginning of the month. Alright, and then let's see if we can do any kind of star unlocks here. Possibly. Oh, we can. I was going to run Grass Wonder, but maybe I'll switch to Winning Ticket. Or I guess I could run Winning Ticket next time I stream. But yeah, let's go ahead and star unlock Winning Ticket. So she'll be a 2-star now. All right. I don't think that really changed a whole lot. Is she a potential level 4? Oh, I must have uncapped her quite a bit there. Huh. I could uncap her potential all the way if I wanted to. Yeah, why not? Screw it. Do it up. So she's her potential's maxed out. She's a 2-star now. Now I guess I just need to raise her hint levels or whatever to max her out. But we could do that later. That's fine. Cool. So that'll be something we can do next week, I guess, because I don't think Kitasan Black is gonna release till maybe next week, maybe the week after next week. I don't even know. Does that information exist somewhere? Musume support card release schedule. Yeah, there it is. Go ahead and do that. Upcoming banners. All right. So December 2025 banners here. Nakayama Festa goes to the 16th. And then December 14th, they're releasing Simbali Rudolph? No. Kuren-chan and Narita Bryan, which are Wit SSR and Stamina SSR. Not sure how useful they are going to be. And then Kitasen Black releases on the 18th. It would be Kitasen Black, Speed SSR, and then El Condor Pasa SSR. It's a rerun. So I think I'm gonna wait till the 18th. So that'll be in exactly a week. So next stream, I'm definitely probably trying to pull for Kitasen Black there, and get as many of her support cards as I can. I mean, I probably won't even get one, right? But we could try for it. That's the one that's worth pulling. We'll get one at least from the exchange lineup, from the exchange points or whatever that we'll get. So we'll guarantee it at least one, and then hopefully we get one more. Hopefully maybe. So because I think Kitasen Black at 0 limit break, I'm not sure how good it is. I think it's okay, but it's not like the best card ever. All right. Anyway, that's cool. We did that. And then now we are going to be running Grass Wonder as promised. And we're running Grass Wonder mostly because she's the lowest ranked horse I have right now. She's an A+. I have a veteran. If we look at our veteran list here. At the bottom of the A+ list, because Grass Wonder's not anywhere else. I don't think I ever ran her all that much. But you can see here, right before the A's start, she's the last A+ here. So I just want to try to get a better score on her. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. And, kind of the strategy would be to just rerun some of these horses that are down towards the bottom of the A+ tier and get better versions of them. Obviously here you can see Mayano Top Gun would be my next target, but I do have pretty good Mayano Top Guns here, kind of mid-tier. So I would probably skip that. Looks like Nice Nature, I've got a pretty good one up here. So yeah, basically work backwards and then try to find horses that I don't have good ratings on and then rerun them basically, just to kind of incrementally make my team like slightly better. Looks like Daiwa Scarlet might be the next in line here. But since I leveled up Winning Ticket, next week I'll probably run Winning Ticket after the support card bonanza that we're gonna do. All right, so back to Grass Wonder. Hopefully we get a better score here. I was testing something earlier and I didn't get a better score with her. So that was disappointing, but I think I figured out what we need to do here. We are going to run with Special Week. And then her second legacy, I believe, was Winning Ticket. No, wasn't Winning Ticket. Was it Vodka? I think it was Vodka. So we're going to run with this combo. What I was doing was I was running 3 speed cards and then 2 stamina cards. But my parents were a 9-star speed parent I used. So Special Week is a 9-star power. So I think that's what's going to make this run a little bit better. Because the last run, I didn't really get enough in the power stat. And then my speed stat was maxed out like way early on in the career. So just because of all the stars and speed that I had in the parents. So we'll try this and see how it goes. Hopefully we get a higher rated horse than we've been producing so far with her, at least. All right. We're going to be chasing friendship as usual. Not seeing anything crazy here, so we're just going to run the recreation like I normally do. Hopefully we have a better run than the one I ran earlier. Because the career I ran of Grass Wonder earlier, I played one career today, and it was Grass Wonder. Like, she was losing her races for like no reason. I don't understand why she was losing. It made no sense. Sometimes the game just does that, you know? It just feels, you know, like fuck your run, you know what I mean? Our team already leveled up, that's good. The trainings happen to be lining up, it seems like, with the best available. I think I'm gonna take a rest here though. Our energy's a little bit low. These trainings here are kind of tied, right? Because I'm going for friendship, so it's 2 and 2, but the spirit bubble is the tiebreaker there. So I'm gonna take that. And speed is good to train anyway. All right, 3 Umas. I like that. I guess I'll take weight here. Kashimoto's not appearing in the popular trainings here. It looks like we're not really being able to train with her too often here in the beginning. That could be problematic. It could not be. I don't know. It depends on the run. Sometimes it's good. Sometimes, you know, it doesn't matter. I don't know. Hard to tell. I guess I should be taking this one, but this one has a lot of spirit bubbles. Even though it's only one. I think if there were multiple Umas in one of these trainings, I would take it. Because Kashimoto is not really an Uma, right? Even though you do want to train with her. This is, to me, this is all ones. And then the tiebreaker is the bubbles, right? Even though Kashimoto does, it's worth something. But I don't think it outweighs these bubbles here. So I'm going to take that. Alright, these trainings aren't very good, so I think I'm going to take a rest here. And hopefully we win our maiden race. I don't see why we wouldn't. Cool. And then I believe we need to get a certain fan count here as the next mission. Let's see, what is this? Power and guts? I guess I'll take power. Three Umas, I like that. I mean, the trainings so far have been decent, pretty good. It's kind of rare to get 3 Umas in one stat category, usually. So the game is cutting us a break, especially in like stat categories you want to train, right? I don't mind training speed and power. Those are always good. Yeah, nothing good here really, so I'll take split here. Get that Kashimoto training in. Two, three? Yeah. Gotta take the 3. Oh, you know what? I didn't upgrade, I didn't level up Sweep Tosho all the way. I should have done that. Oops. Oh well. So she's still level 40. Well, luckily, you don't only just get one chance at things in this game. You can play it as many times as you want. So, I don't really like any of these trainings, but she has too much energy to rest. Hmm. I guess there isn't a fan requirement. I believe what happened was I probably lost the race or something. So I needed more fans. But as long as she wins her races, then she shouldn't need that. Uh, I guess I'll do this. I don't know. Just to finish off the friendship there with Narita Brian. We'll take the speed. Multiple Umas, Kashimoto, like that. Energy and wit. Yeah, I'll take energy and wit. Even though it's only 5. I don't know if that's even worth it. We got the double rainbow, alright. With a spirit burst. Wow. Getting good trainings early here. Is this going to be a monster run? It might be. This is a pretty good training too, actually. But energy level is a little bit low. Don't really want to fail a training if I can avoid it. So we're going to rest here just to be safe. We got the rainbow again anyway, but Kashimoto's not there anymore. Yeah, that training was pretty good with the Kashimoto. But, I mean, this one's not bad either. It's better than failing, right? Wit and skill or speed? I guess we'll take speed. I've been taking the other stats a lot more now these days. Since my support cards are sort of specializing in, you know, a certain stat category. Taking those other stats instead of taking speed all the time or whatever in the little scenarios, right? The events. If you take like wit or guts, if they give it to you, then you don't need to train wit or guts as much, right? Especially wit, because you don't get as much wit when you train wit. So I've been starting to take those options a little bit more than I used to. I used to not take them at all. So my play style is adjusting a little bit. I wouldn't say a lot. It's still kind of the same, but as far as those things go, I do sort of take that into consideration a little bit more. I guess I should take the stats here and the friendships. Yeah. All right. Hopefully we don't lose this race. There we go. Yeah, I think the last career I ran, I lost this race. So it turned into an issue where I had to run extra races and stuff. But I don't think we need to do that anymore. So that's good. Yeah, I mean, this rainbow is nice and everything, but our energy is a little bit too low. It was kind of a wasted rest because we got a well rested. I think we wasted like 10 energy, but oh well. Alright, let's see if we're competitive here. Not really. So we'll just tone it down to the F. It doesn't really affect the end as long as we don't lose. So we'll just power down. I think we get a little bit less stats or something. I think we get 3 or something if you take the top one, or 2, something like that. It's really not that much. We don't need energy here, so we'll take the wit. yeah, I guess we should take the rainbow. Trash is stamina usually. And then guts. I'll take the stamina here. I know I said I take other stats more now, but I still kind of prefer, you know, the more useful ones generally. But sometimes I will, you know what I mean? It's not a, I haven't made that complete switch over yet where I'm just taking the auxiliary stats all the time. But that, I think that is a viable way to play this, is to take the auxiliary stats more than the main stats that you want to train. So you don't have to train your auxiliary stats as much. I think this is like 30 energy, yeah. Alright, we got the rainbow and stamina. I believe we should probably take that one. Mayano Top Gun there is really low on the friendship level. Wit would complete the spirit bubbles of both Sweep Tosho and who is that, Fuku down there? But I think we need to take the rainbow though. Yeah. More stats. Unlock the dates. Yeah, none of these trains are very good here. Generally, I like to take wit when the trainings aren't good, so I think I'll do that. Too much energy to rest. I guess we could have gone on a date. Yeah, maybe I should have gone on a date. I forgot that that had unlocked for us. I thought it was still somewhat locked up here. Ooh, double rainbow. I think I need to take the double rainbow. Alright, we got the inspiration going. Should get a lot of power from this. 57 power, yeah, that's good. I like that. Alright, these trainings are kind of disappointing again, so we'll definitely make sure to take the date this time. Even though I should have probably taken it last time more than this time. But it's alright. Alright. I mean, this is not a bad training in speed. But we could get a spirit burst and a rainbow in stamina. So yeah, I guess we'll do that. What is this? Energy 10, guts 5. What is this? Mood 1, energy 10, wit 5. I think we're just gonna do this because I don't need the mood. Alright, we got Super Creek rainbowing and stamina again. A gut spirit burst, which I don't really care too much about. We could go on a date as well, because this training isn't that great, even though it's real rainbow. So let's do that. We'll just take the date. I think we almost got as many stats from taking the date as we would have doing the training. So 4th. Why? I don't understand. Hopefully that doesn't affect us too much. I don't think it will. Oh, it did. So we have to run a race for the fan count. That's unfortunate. I think I'm gonna take this power training for Mayano Top Gun there. She's lagging way behind in friendship level. And then I'll take a race if, you know, when there's one that doesn't look good. Or training that doesn't look good, I mean. This wood training looks pretty good. The speed training would be good as well. I think I'm gonna take this wood training. Unity Cup, can we hang with the big boys now? Nope, still can't. So we're just gonna go level down again. This might affect us a little bit. I think we're in the second tier now of rewards at the end. You don't get as many when you tier down like that more than once. I think one time is okay to tier down, but tearing down more than one time you get reduced rewards, but whatever. Don't really care about that. I think this training's the best one here. We're out of energy though. This would have been a really good training, actually. Yeah, I probably should have taken Wit that last turn. That is unfortunate. Alright, well, let's see if we could take a race instead. Because I don't like resting during the summer, even though after this race we're going to have to rest no matter what, because we're going to be out of energy anyway. I think that satisfies our fan count. Yeah, we have no energy at all. Power or guts? I think I'm going to take power here. Oh, triple rainbow. Come on. You gotta be kidding me. You got to be kidding me. Triple rainbow in the summer, too. And we gotta sleep deprived on top of that. That is some bad luck there, my friends. Or bad decision making. Maybe it's my fault, right? I can only blame myself. Alright. Single rainbow plus a bunch of bubbles, or 3 Umas and Wit. I mean, this is more stats though. So we'll do that. Yeah, Mayano Top Gun is I don't think we'll even get her to to max friendship level there. All right, we'll just we'll take a rest. I mean, this power training is decent, so I guess we'll take that. Not getting as much stamina training as I thought. Oh, speaking of the devil. Yeah, I thought we would get a lot more stamina training, but I guess we got one there. I guess their specialty priority isn't that high, actually. Alright, I think we satisfied the fan count for her ultimate, or whatever, her unique skill. So we don't have to worry about that anymore. That's the good thing about Grass Wonder's career. You don't really have to run extra races for that. Wow, double Spirit Burst and Stamina, huh? But no Umas there at all. I don't know that I want to do this. The Spirit Bursts are nice, but just the base stats are not very good, so... it's not like the Spirit Bursts go away. What is this? Is there some kind of checklist here? It's something I probably have to run for one of the events, but this is dirt, so I don't want to do that. I think resting would be a little bit risky as far as wasting energy, so I'm just going to take a date. And then I don't think this should be an issue. I don't think any of the races should be an issue anymore. I'm not sure. Maybe they are. Oh, no. I don't know why they lost that one race. Back there in the beginning of this career. I don't know what happened there. Can we run with the big boys now? Sort of. We got 3 double circles, so hopefully we win those. If we lose, then this Unity Cup thing is hosed. We're not gonna do well at all. Oh, we won them all. Oh, okay. We didn't really have anything to worry about there. All right. I think we want the energy, 30 energy. Is that too much? No, I think we're just right there. 30 might fill it up all the way, pretty much. 29. Oh, we wasted 1 energy. Oh well. Okay. This is not looking good at all. Yeah, these trainings are trash, especially with full energy. I can't even rest or go on a date or anything here. I guess we'll just train stamina for Mayano Top Gun's friendship level more than anything. So it's not a complete waste. Got the carrots as well. We're just swimming in energy at this point. Swimming in energy. We don't need the energy for that. Maybe Mayano Top Gun again. I think that's the right call there. I think we just need one more training with her to fill her bar up. Mayano Top Gun again. I think this power training is the way to go. Spirit Burst. Rainbow. Huh. I think Rainbow is the way to go here. And then we have a Spirit Burst here. This would be a good training if it wasn't in Guts. I think this is probably the best available, but I'm just gonna rest actually. Got multiple Spirit Bursts happening. We have this one, we've got that one, we got that one. Huh. I think we're gonna take stamina. That did give us the most spirit training. I think our power stat is pretty decent at this point. Yeah, we're like 700 across the board there, almost. The last game, my power stat was like half of my speed stat. I don't know that these are worth it. So I think I'm gonna just take the wit training. We're gonna have a lot of spirit bursts available. I think there's like 3 on the board right now that we haven't taken yet. There's one with a bunch of hints out also. Yeah, I mean, that looks like the one to take there. A lot of power training. I'm surprised by this. A lot of power training, even though I don't have any power support cards. Yeah, look at this. 3 spirit bubble bombs or bursts or whatever that I can choose from. I guess power would be the best one to take again. It's kind of wild. Wit could also be a possibility here, even though there's no Umas at all here. It would finish off the friendship or the spirit with the first Uma up there. I don't know who that is. I think we're just gonna take the wit here because we do need wit. Want to try to get it above 400. Power again, huh? Mayano Top Gun really likes that power training. Very strange because she a lot of times like it would have been helpful in the last career if they showed up in the power training because my power stat was trash the last game. Yeah, even though it's not the best training available, it is the most amount of stats, so I'll just take that. Making my decision making a little bit more difficult here. Usually it's pretty easy to decide between, you know, what trainings you want to take. Like this one, there's not, you know, anything that really stands out. So it's like, oh, easy rest. A lot of other times too, you know, is it between speed or stamina or power? You know what I mean? It's usually pretty easy to just make a decision. Cut and dry usually, but second, what the hell? Well, I don't think it's gonna affect us anymore. Doesn't really matter. As long as we don't fail her career. Looks like we're gonna dominate this race. Single rainbow in speed. We got a stamina rainbow. Hopefully we get another triple rainbow like we got last summer. Even though I couldn't take that training. Single rainbow again. Power training again, huh? Everyone likes to gather in that power training. I'm gonna take a wit here just to conserve the energy in case we get a big a big training here. This one's not that big either. So let's just take wit again, why not? I don't think we need to train wit anymore. So that's good. I think we reached our wit goal pretty much. It's close to 400, and so all the bonus stats we'll be getting at the end of her career will get us there, you know what I mean? Double rainbow? Yeah, I'll take that. 49. I like that. 49 is a big number. What is this? Stamina or a skill? I'll take stamina. Alright. Speed spirit. No rainbows. I think resting here makes a lot of sense. We've got a rainbow. Got a stamina bubble. They're all up in power again. A lot of spirit bubbles here. I think I'll take the rainbow though. It's a lot of stats. 37. We are very close to the end of the career here. We're close to 1,000 speed also, so that's, I think that's good. Trying to get 1,200. We haven't gotten any triple rainbows that we've actually taken. Only double rainbows so far. Here's a double. There's a double as well. I think we need to prioritize the speed though. Want to try to get it over 1,000 before our like by Arima Keenan. Got a spirit bubble there, a spirit burst. Another one here. A lot of people in power there. I think we're gonna have to take the stamina burst. The stats I'm kind of looking for in this run are going to be 1,200 speed, maybe over 1,000 stamina, and close to 1,000 power is sort of the goal here. Hopefully this is not a, oh man, double rainbow. Ah, well, we got to take the rest. Come on, double rainbow. Yes, double rainbow again. I like that. We're over 1,000 now by Arima Keenan. So that's good. That means we'll definitely most likely get to 1,200 by the, because we have 3 more trainings after this. Usually you get to 1,200 if you're over 1,000 by the Arima Keenan. Because you just need 1,100 by the URAs. Then you should get to 1,200 just from the bonus stats that you get. Looks like we're gonna dominate this Team Zenith. Zenith? We lost? What? Well, we won the rest. All right. Let us see here. Doesn't look like any of these trainings are any good. Yeah, they're kind of not. I mean, I guess wit here is the best one, but we don't really need the wit right now. So we're gonna take a date just so we get some extra stats while we rest. Because we don't have that many turns left. We only have 2 turns now. So hopefully we get a good speed training. Or else we're not gonna make the 1,200 goal. I'm not sure that we're gonna get 1,000 in either stamina or power either. I might have to get lucky, get really good. The last two trainings need to be like speed rainbows, multiple speed rainbows, and then stamina rainbows. Well, here they are. A single speed rainbow, and then we have a stamina rainbow, but it also does have a spirit burst. So I think to try to get to my goal, I don't think we're going to get to 880 or so, 900 maybe. By the end of the career, maybe. The next training we do, which will be the last one available, will definitely probably need to be speed to try to get to 1200. Hopefully it'll be a big rainbow, multiple rainbow, please, maybe. Hopefully. Maybe not. Possibly. Nope. We got a double rainbow in stamina instead. This speed training, even if I take this, we won't get to 1200. This will get us to 1100 speed. And then the bonuses might get us to like 1150. So I wonder if just taking the stats here, this is kind of a lot. Yeah, I mean, whatever. So we didn't really hit our goal stat, levels, but oh well. Second? What the hell? I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on here. Third? Did even worse. Should I play it? Maybe we'll watch it. Will that make a difference? I don't think so, but we're number 3 favored. Maybe it's because we don't have 1200 speed. All right. Let's see it. She doesn't have any skills either. Bitter glass. Highness Fujin. Take off plane. That's kind of funny. It's a good name. Jara. Little Kokon? Sudden attack. Happy Meek. Grass Wonder. Oh, you know why? She might be losing because she's a late surger. Maybe there's too much traffic or something. Or maybe Ines Fujin is just a really fast front runner, so she just doesn't catch up. I guess we'll find out here. What's Grass Wonder's unique skill again? I don't know what it does. Well, she's making a move, it looks like. Coming up through the field. Looks like she kind of got blocked there for a second. I don't know if is she going to be able to catch up? Is that a no-name? That's a no-name horse. You telling me a no-name horse won? Little Kokon? Cockon? Cock? Little cock? Little cockon? Little cock? Little cock? Coke? Little cock? Third again. Well, I think this is the last thing we have here. So I guess we'll do that, and then I guess we can change her into a pace or a pace setter, since she's able to run that position. Oops, I didn't mean to view results. I meant to watch the race, but oh well. Well, that worked. So I guess she's technically a pace chaser now. I don't know that this horse is going to be all that great. since we weren't able to max out her speed skill or stat. She'll probably be an A plus though, maybe. I don't know, actually. Yeah, I think she'll be like a low A plus. So our final stats were 11, 13 speed, almost 1,000 stamina, almost 900 power, 437 guts, and 469 wit. Nice. So, not the worst career, I would say. I think the career was actually pretty good. But we didn't get any triple rainbows. She's a pace chaser now, right? I don't know. I don't know that I think Stamina Eater would be good. I've never seen Burning Spirit speed. Never got the gold skill for this. So that's kind of cool. I kind of want her to be a late surger, but yeah, I don't know, man. Is there anything that costs 117? Oh, exactly 117. Position Pilfer. Sure, why not? Even though she's not going to be a late surger. She's going to default to pace chasing because that's what she ran as in the last race of her career. So it's going to set her up as that automatically when you auto select for her or whatever. If she does get auto selected, she might not beat out my current Grass Wonder. Yeah, I don't think she did. Got 2 power sparks though. That's kind of nice. So yeah, oh, she did get first. So she'll definitely push my current Grass Wonder that I'm using out, and she'll take over. So yeah, when she gets on the team, I guess I could manually change her to a late surger, but you know, sometimes I get lazy. I don't want to do that. Maybe if Sweet Tosha was maxed out. Oh, it didn't change my team at all. You know what? Grass Wonder's not even on the team. She's not good enough. She could be a miler, right? This Nice Nature does not get knocked out of the team. Even though her stats aren't that great. For some reason, and her, I guess her score is pretty high. But she will just not leave the team at all. Yeah, these horses are all higher, have more points than Grass Wonder just got. Yeah. So I guess we need to beat out one of these horses score-wise in order to even make the team. Speaking of which, let's just run one for funsies. Won a few. Which is surprising. Normally I don't really win that much. Alright, well, Grass Wonder didn't make the team. Too bad, so sad. Oh well. Maybe I'll try again next time. We did create a better one than we had though, so that's something. Let's go ahead and upgrade Sweep Tosho before I forget. Because I'll forget to. It just opened up a skill point bonus, basically. And a little, like 1 percentage point, a couple percentage points and everything else. So not that big of a difference. But getting the extra skill point is nice, you know? Probably end up training with Sweet Tosho, you know, I don't know, at least 10 times in a career, right? And so you'll get 10 skill points extra. Not a huge difference, but it's something. It's better than nothing. Whoa. All right, well that's pretty much it. That's ran Grass Wonder again. Next week it looks like Kitasan Black support card is going to open up. So we're definitely going to be pulling the 20 support cards or the 20 pull on the 10x or whatever next week. So we'll do that on stream. And then since I unlocked a winning ticket, it only makes sense to run her career. But I'll hold off on running her career till next week. Because we got a star unlock to 2-star and we also unlocked her potential all the way to level 5. So it makes sense to run her career again. Because hopefully she'll do better than the one we have of her. Where is she? I don't think she's on the team either. She's here. 1194, 1164 power. Holy. This is a pretty strong horse. Her stamina is kind of low though. Only 690. I think the cards we used were 3 speed, 4 speed actually, and 1 power. I think the career we just used, which I actually just was experimenting with more than anything. Where the hell does she go? Is she here somewhere? There she is. No, this is an older one. This one actually I did better on. I think this career is better than the one we just ran. Not as much stamina, for sure. But she got 1200 speed and over 1000 power. And I was using 4 speed and 1 power here. And then the one we just ran is up here now. 1100 speed. So yeah, stats wise, way less. So what I was trying to do was just get a little bit more stamina. And I ran 3 speed and 2 stamina cards. Maybe I should run 4 speed and 1 stamina card instead. Interesting. Well, I've been messing around with the support cards a little bit more. I think parenting has a lot to do with stuff too. But unfortunately, the parents that I have that are useful. What? No, I don't want to do that. Is it here? Is this by rating? Oh, I gotta look at it like this. No, we're favorites. Yeah. Where are my carrots? Up here? So all the carrots are 3 stars of something, right? I think for Grass Wonder in particular, I believe vodka was like the best parent for her. That's why I used her. But I guess I could use something else. This one's a stamina one. So maybe I'll run Daiwa instead of vodka. And then run 4 speed cards. Because this is a 9-star stamina horse, right? And then the guest that I borrowed was a 9-star power horse. Then running 4 speed cards makes sense because you're not getting any bonuses in speed at all. So running the extra support card, the 4th one, will get you to 1200 speed. The 9-star stamina, you don't need as much stamina, so we can get rid of one of the stamina cards, right? And just run one. So you're sort of like counterbalancing stuff against your parents to get the best horse. So maybe I'll try that next time. I'll do 4 speed and 1 stamina card with Daiwa as the parent instead. And that's if I run Grass Wonder, right? If I run a different horse, then, maybe it's a different strategy depending on the outcome that I want. Where is my winning ticket? My existing winning ticket. We'll go back to rating. The best winning ticket I have, because we want to create a better one than the one we already have, right? When I run it next week. Pretty much 1200 in speed and power. So I'm not sure that we can do that. I mean, we did only run 1 power card here. So we would run this same deck basically with the stronger Sweep Tosho, because she's level 45 now. And then swapping in Super Creek. We wouldn't be running Kitasan Black though, because I have to borrow Super Creek. Unless we pull Kitasan Black during our support card pull, then we could run her. But it would probably be, Narita Bryan. Or, yeah, I guess we could run a 0 limit break, Kitasan Black, instead of Biko Pegasus as well. That's also an option. So yeah, I guess we'll find out. We'll figure it out next week. See what we can do, and then go from there. But yeah, that's pretty much it for me this week. I guess yeah, it's been kind of quiet lately because there hasn't been a whole lot going on as far as this game goes on my side, because it's not exciting anymore because I'm not really doing anything new. I'm kind of running the same horses over and over again. I think by this time, if you're watching, your game should look probably a lot like mine, and you're probably losing some interest as well. Like I used to get at least like 1 viewer on my live streams, but now I'm not getting any. So I'm just sitting here talking to myself at this point. So, but that's understandable, because if I'm getting kind of, not burned out by the game, but just kind of like, oh, I kind of did everything I can do at this point, and now it's just a waiting game or spending money. But it's just more of a waiting game to get enough resources basically to, and the thing is though, a lot of these horses here that I haven't gotten, like they're all 3 stars, so they're hard to get. They're not, you don't get them in, even if I did a 10 pull, there's no guarantee I would get one of these, right? If I did multiple 10 pulls, right, like 20 of them, then maybe I'll get 1 or 2. But that's only 1 or 2 new horses, and you could run their careers, like in a matter, even if you spent 1 week on each of those horses, and you just ran them over and over for a week, that's only 2 weeks of gameplay. You know what I mean? And then you're gonna have to wait a bunch, more time to get more carrots. I guess I think it's a good balance right now, though. If we got more carrots than we're getting right now, I don't know why people would spend money, right? But the rate that we get carrots at right now is like I think it's a good middle ground where you kind of have to wait. So it gives you an incentive to spend money if you're impatient. But it's not long enough to where you're just not going to play the game anymore. So yeah, I don't know. I think it's fine. I like the fact that they're trying to like get more people to play by releasing these events all the time. Because there's like a new event like all the time. Oh, and you know what? This thing is happening too now, right? Libra Cup, I guess, is the new one. That's opening up. Looks like tomorrow, possibly tomorrow night. So yeah, there's this thing going on as well. So they are trying to like get you more involved as a player in the game, but I don't know. At the end of the day, this game is I think half of it is creating horses, right, and making good parents and all that, whatever. And then the other half is the lottery aspect of it, right, of pulling. That's kind of the fun of it. And so what you do is you grind till you can pull, basically, right? It's like a 50-50 thing. And so if half the game is, not available to you because you don't have enough resources, then you know what I mean? You're just not going to be as interested half the time, basically. Because if they gave you lottery all the time, then it wouldn't be fun either, right? Part of the fun of the game is that you have to save up in order to play the lottery. That's why people play the lottery. Like if you were rich, you wouldn't. I guess you could play the lottery if you're rich, already. But why would you? You're already rich. For the love of the game, maybe you might play for the love of the game. I mean, I like scratchers. Scratchers are kind of fun. You know what I mean? I don't expect to win anything when I play scratchers. It's more just the enjoyment of scratching off the tickets. You know what I mean? Just like the suspense. It's like a mini story of not that you would win life changing money from a scratcher, right? I think the most you can win on one of those, unless you buy like a higher tier one, like a more expensive ticket, then maybe you could win up to, I don't know, like 100 grand or something. I don't know. I don't think that's life changing money either. I mean, it's nice. 100 grand is nice. It's a good chunk of money. I mean, it'll definitely make your life better, but I don't think it would change your life. You know what I mean? Life changing money is like over 500,000 at least, I would say. Like if you can buy a house with some money that you win, I would say that's life changing. You know what I mean? Because you were able to buy a house. Not that you would be able to maintain it necessarily. But if you put in, I did some math. If you put in, I don't remember the exact numbers, so don't quote me on this, but it was something like $630,000, right, into the stock market, and you bought a dividend stock that gave you dividends of, I think, 4%. Like I said, don't quote me on this. I did do the math a while back. I don't remember exact numbers, but I do remember the number 630,000 for sure. And at a rate of return of, I think it was 4% or 4.5%, something like that, in a dividend stock that you could collect quarterly, then basically you could collect $2,000 a month for life, right? And $2,000 a month obviously isn't a whole lot of money, especially in today's day and age, where that'll barely cover your rent, right, or your mortgage or whatever. But it is basically subsidizing your living costs, right? At least your shelter needs, right? That so $630,000 is life changing money, I would say, because then you don't have to worry about your basic shelter needs. You know what I mean? Because you can subsidize that by investing it. I mean, you could also blow it, I guess, all in one go. Just go to Vegas and put it all on black, right? And you bet on black because you always bet on black, as Wesley Snipes once said famously. So, and then you could turn that into a million two. I guess that's life changing money for sure. I don't know that I would do that. I think I'd rather just put it in dividend stock and collect the $2,000 a month, because that's for life, right? Like that's you could pass that to your children too, or whoever, your best friend, your dog, whoever you want, your goldfish, and they would collect $2,000 a month as well, if you transferred it. Although you'd have to pay taxes, I think, on that, unless you put it in a trust. I don't know. I'm not an expert in any of this. I just know that I did some math, and 630 was the number. That was one of my like more realistic goals, because I don't know why I'm going off on this tangent. Probably because there's nobody here, and I'm just blabbering to myself. because I can't even hear myself because I don't have my headphones on. So it's not like I like hearing the sound of my voice. That's not it. But I guess this is like a golden nugget Easter egg for the people who actually do watch this live stream at some point after it ends and it's becomes a recorded thing. If you do happen to listen to the end, so that's one number for you, 630,000, right? And then the other number is I believe it's around 2 million. It's something like 2 million. Um, this is something I've seen in an article or something, a few articles cross-referenced that I know for sure. And then I think I did the math about it and it checked out. But basically the idea is if you put 2 million into an account, and I believe it's the same thing. If you put them into dividends, I believe at around 4% again, or it might be like 5 or 6. I don't remember the exact numbers. But if you put $2 million into a dividend stock or stocks, a portfolio of stocks, then you could draw. I believe it's about 50 grand a year for life, just to infinity, as long as the stock market doesn't crash or something crazy like that, or they take their dividends away, or that stock goes away, whatever it is. And 50 grand a year, you could live off of for sure. Not like the best existence. It'd be kind of a meager existence, right? Considering these days, 50 grand doesn't go very far. What is that? After taxes, that's less than 4 grand a month. Like three maybe, three and some change, 3,200, something like that a month. You would probably clear. Um, and then what can you do with that? You could probably afford a place to live and to eat food, and that's basically about it. You might, basically you could survive. Like your basic necessities would be covered. But the thing is, $2 million. I mean, that's a lot of money. You know what I mean? So to me, I was like, yeah, I want to try to do that, but like, how long is that actually going to take? Even if you made six figures, right? Like for math purposes, and make this easy, and say you made $100,000 a year, right? In order to save $2 million, right, you'd have to work for 20 years, and that's not counting any costs that that's like if you lived in your mom's basement, she paid for all the food, and your paycheck came directly to you, right? 100 grand a year, right? It would take 20 years to save $2 million so that you could get 50 grand. You know what I mean? A year. I mean, it is for life, but it's like, wow, that seems so far away because I don't live in my mom's basement, right? And so, per year, you're not saving the full 100 grand. And that's after tax. You would need 100 grand after taxes. So you would need to make actually like, I don't know, something like 130, something like that. Yeah, probably around there, 140 maybe. You know what I mean? And that's not a whole. Not a lot of people can do that. You know what I mean? So let's say it's 120, even on the low side, after tax, could to save 100,000, and you're living in your mom's basement, or maybe you're not living in your mom's basement. Let's say you could where was I going with this? Oh, most people, their average salary isn't over 100 grand, right? They make like 60 maybe, and that's not even after tax. They make 60 just period. So take home is more like 40, right? But for argument's sake, let's say you made 60 on an average salary, and you took all of that home and you didn't spend any of it, right? It just which is not realistic, but it went straight into your bank account. And to make the numbers like really round and nice, let's say it's actually 50 instead of 60. That would take you 40 years to save $2 million, just to be able to not work anymore and basically make the same amount not working as when you were working. I mean, obviously you don't have to work anymore, so you would have to make 50 grand for 40 years to save up $2 million. This is with no expenses, to buy dividend stocks enough to pull 50 grand out, basically what your salary was anyway. You know what I mean? So that's like, even if you, you know, started working early, I mean, I guess you could do it by 65 if you started at 18 or whatever, or 16 even. You would get there by 56. But nobody makes that kind of money straight out the gate, you know. I mean, there's catch up and stuff. You start making more as you get older, but you're looking at 40 years of your life basically to get to $2 million just to get pull 50 grand a year. And with inflation and everything, you know, can you really live off of 50 grand a year after a while? You know, in 20 years, is 50 grand really gonna, you know, is it gonna go far? Probably not. You know what I mean? Is dividend rate gonna go up for you? Probably not. If anything, it'll probably go down. You know what I mean? So, so I was like, this is way out of, it's out of reach. You know what I mean? Like I thought, that, yeah, that you know, it sounds good. Like, oh yeah, $2 million in the stock market, and then you know you get dividends, and then you could live off of 50 grand a year. You know, that's great. You know, if you work hard during your when you can work, and you're able to buy a house, and somehow be able to pull, you know, put $2 million in a bank account, then you don't have to worry about, you know, life anymore, or like, you know, money anymore or whatever. But I did the math, and I was like, and I'm older too, right? I'm not 18 right now. You know, I'm over 40. So I'm just like, that means I have to work till 80 to get there or whatever. And I'm like, I'm not going to do that. That's not possible. You know what I mean? So what's more in reach is the 630 number. This is why, you know, the whole $2 million segment, that's why I'm getting to, you know, back to the beginning of, I was like, you know what? 50 grand a year would be nice, but like how much, you know, like even if I was able to, like, what's the easiest way to make my life easier right now? And that would be to not worry about my shelter needs, right? Like if I just didn't have a house payment, or, you know, you know, a rent payment, that would make my life easier. Because the thing is, you need a basic amount of money to survive, right? You need like food, you need shelter, you need food, you know, Maslow's hierarchy of needs, right? Starting from the basic, very basic, you know, shelter, food. I don't know, you probably need a car. You need insurance, obviously, for your car or your home, also, if you own a home. Um, you need some form of entertainment. You can't just be grinding away at work for 40 years. That makes no sense without doing anything, right? So you have some spending money for hobbies or whatever. Anyway, but the basic stuff, right? I believe right now, I used to be able to live off of maybe $1,000 a month, right? Because you could rent a room somewhere for like 400 or 500 bucks. I don't think you can even do that anymore. I think rent for even just a single room in somebody's house, where you don't even have your own bathroom, it's like 800 bucks now or something like that, at least bare minimum. I guess in different parts of the country, you could probably find it for cheaper. Um, in lower cost of living areas, maybe you could find a room for like 300 or something like that. But the jobs are also less paying, right? They pay less there also. Anyway, the point is that the the basic amount of money you need for living is a set amount. You can't change that. You can't really lower that anymore, unless you know, wanted to live in a van or something, which I've done before, to save money. Um, so if you live in your vehicle, right, then you're not paying rent, so you're saving at least 1,000 or something there, right? But even then, you have a basic living cost of like food, right? You need food and water, um, and so basically anything, any other, how do you say this, like freedom, I guess, or yeah, because like it's basically you're kind of like a slave, right? Because everything costs money. You need to make money. You need to work in order to buy food and stuff, right? So, um, in a way, it's like slavery, right? It's not like a one to one thing. Obviously, it's not slavery, but you know what I mean. You're obligated to do something in order to. I mean, I guess that's normal. Everyone does that. I'm not complaining about anything either. I know that's normal, but what I'm saying is that you like just covering the basic necessities, right? It's like overhead for a business, right? I'm not really explaining this well. I think I'm tired as well, so my brain's not working as well. But you have a fixed cost of overhead, and you need to make above that fixed cost. Your income needs to be higher in order for you to have any sort of room or freedom to invest or whatever else you want to do, right? Play, whatever, do hobbies, hang out, drink, whatever is your makes you happy. You need to make above that basic necessity amount, and that basic necessity amount is has been increasing like almost exponentially, I would say, because I did a breakdown, cost breakdown, maybe I don't know, like 10 years ago, and like I said, I found out I could live off about $1,000 a month minimum at the time. I believe my basic expenses, my overhead per year was around, was it? I don't remember actually. It's been a while, but it must have been something around 12 grand a year, right? Was my basic overhead. I calculated my basic overhead now, 10 years later, right, in 2025, and my basic overhead has at least doubled. It's like around 24,000 now. And in the quality of life has not really increased all that much, right? It's pretty much the same thing. Obviously, I live better now than I did then, but yeah, it's really not that much different. As far as like, I'm not substituting like a luxury condo in place of a one bedroom. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like that. It's not that big of a difference. So yeah, man, that just means you have to make more money, right? And that's the thing. Wages don't, they haven't increased to that level where you're able to do that. So you're constantly like, you're almost like, it's like you're drowning, you're treading water, but instead of like getting higher and higher out of the water, even though treading water you would just stay in the water in one place. I guess what I'm saying is like there's no progress, right? Actually what's happening is that you're sinking now, or the water level is rising and you're not rising with it, right? I guess it's more like wading in a pool. Like back then, 10 years ago, maybe the water was up to your knees or something, or to your waist, right? But you still had all this, your whole torso above the water, so you could like do stuff with your torso and your arms and stuff, right? but but because of the cost of living has gone up now, these days the water level is like up to your neck. You know what I mean? And so like the rest of your body's under the water. And I'm talking about this in terms of like financially, right? And so metaphorically. And so if your head's barely above the water, then there's, you know what I mean, like before you could make less, but the water level was only at your waist. But even now, even though you make more money, the water level's up at your neck. You know what I mean? I mean, obviously it wouldn't be if you made more money. It might still be at your waist or whatever. But it's like, that's the whole point, is that even though you make more money, if you started off 10 years ago with water at your waist, and 10 years later you're making more money than you did 10 years ago, but the water is still at your waist, that means nothing changed for you. Like the amount of money that you're making more of, it didn't change your life at all, even though you're making more money. You see what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't think I'm explaining this properly, but I don't think anyone's going to watch this segment of my video anyway. So I don't think it really matters. But I guess that's just my personal vent for the day. Not that I'm complaining. Like I said, I live a good life. But yeah, I don't even know how I started down this path. I know I started with $630,000, but I don't know how I even started talking about that. I don't remember. But yeah, I guess I would say that's the goal. 630. That's only 10 years, right? Versus 40 or whatever, or even 20. I mean, I guess it could be 20. It's basically half the time that you would need to get to 2 million. It's kind of how I looked at it. And so that's more achievable. I think it's more within reach. And then just even that $2,000 a month, even though it's not that much money, it would cover my basic necessity costs. That's basically the point I'm getting at with that whole rant. Was that when I calculated my costs, I told you these days it's around 24,000. It's actually more than that, because I count in the entertainment that I want to do and all that stuff too. Uh, but if I were to cut out everything and I was only like food and shelter, then I think 24,000 might cover it. I don't even know. It might not, because the utilities, there's phone bills, there's all kinds of stuff, right? Gas. So maybe not. But it would help. $2,000 at least would cover my shelter costs. Maybe not my food and utilities and bills and stuff, but at least my shelter would be covered. And housing is the number one, the biggest expense you'll have in your life, right? You'll spend the most amount of money on housing. So if you just get rid of the housing cost, then the water that was at your neck without the housing cost would be maybe more at your titties, right? And so if your nips are above the water at least, then at least you can move your arms out of the water. You know what I mean? Like you can kind of do stuff, right? You can move. Versus if the water's fucking up here, then you know what I mean. You can't really. You're kind of stuck, right? You can't really do anything. And so I'm just trying to get my tits out the water. You know what I mean? I mean, my tits are out of the water, but you try. I'm trying to get completely out of the water. I don't even want to have my toes in the water. I want to be dry, completely dry. You know what I mean? Like not even in the water. I want to be looking at the water. You know what I mean? From like somewhere else. Not actually in the water, but that's how the system's set up these days. You know what I mean? Everyone's in the water. Everyone's in the pool together, and we all can't get out. And some people are deeper, in the pool than others. Some are treading water. Some are fucking drowning. You know what I mean? And there's other people on the beach looking at us. You know what I mean? And there's some people that aren't even on the beach. They don't even give a fuck. They're just somewhere else doing some other shit in the mountains or something, hiking or some shit, or rock climbing or some bullshit. You know what I mean? Doing some dumb shit that normal people don't do. Risking their lives for stupid shit. And that's how they live their lives. When the vast majority, 99% of us, are in the water. You know what I mean? Maybe I don't know if that's getting through, but if you're getting what I'm putting down, but not sure that anyone would even care. But yeah, that's my that's my philosophy speech for the day. Thanks for watching, I guess. And have a good week. I'll see you next week for the big support card pull. I'll get back on topic here. Get back on track and not ramble about nonsense. I'm a boomer, is what I am. It was what happened. All right. Good night.